Salve a tutti miei folli, bentornati in una nuova parte di The Stanley Parable. Fiondiamoci immediatamente all'interno del gioco. Ovviamente siamo in compagnia del nostro ben amato Pedover. Sempre ricco di succo. È giunto il momento.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Qua la
he had
volta
simply missed
scorsa
the
mi
memo.
sono preso uno sbocco incredibile. Non me l'aspettavo minimamente.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Invece,
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
bla bla bla.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Esatto. No, stavolta non è vero.
Room worth admiring, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oop.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Left. Questa fa un suono diverso però. E vabbè.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right, my mistake.
Ma allora? Prende in giro?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was
Sempre
I
lo siete.
thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now.
Non è
This
vero?
story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Sicuro? Io mi fido. Ma scusa. Ok.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley,
Penso
close
di
your eyes.
sapere.
Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I?
Penso di sapere cosa stiamo per fare.
Story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Ok.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Io ho il terrore adesso ogni volta a guardare di lì.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything
Voglio
should be...
andare di qui.
Oh, did
O
something
meglio,
change?
di qua ancora di più perché è
Did you
bloccata.
change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Io,
Did you
certo.
move the story somewhere or
Ho assolutamente potere sulla storia io.
I'm the one who wrote the story. It was
Esatto.
right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the
The
story.
Stanley Adventure.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again. But it's gotta be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ma io mi stavo divertendo a esplorare strade nuove.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ma è Super Mario? O una roba del genere? Una cheat?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Sono sempre state spente le prime.
And see if we missed anything.
Indietro? Ok.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
L'ho appena fatto e sono arrivato qui.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Beh, questo è nuovo.
Story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and
grazie.
one of those situations.
Sempre saputo di potercela fare.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ma sempre... Giuro che non sono andato a vederla, Però da quando siamo entrati nella stanza dall'alto degli schermi, appunto, pensavo fosse l'Adventure Line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Ok, seguiamo la... No, ma io di qua non ci voglio andare. Vabbè, seguiamo la linea, posti nuovi. Va bene.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley.
Io sono un ribelle.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Sì.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
Sì.
Weird back there? Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
dicevo riguardo al volume delle mie cuffie, e Adventureline non ti riesco a seguire proprio bene. Ok. C'hai ragione, c'hai
Got the
ragione.
music? Go back and look at that fern. Stanley,
Questo?
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make
Davvero?
sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. 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 Ok, ho imparato a memoria il numero delle foglie. Posso proseguire o... Beh, c'è da dire che fa il suono di una porta. Zigzag.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ah.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you...
Line trademark.
You... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart. Ma a me piaceva la musica comunque, la puoi rimettere? Era bellissima.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Giusto.
Why can't we have our own story? Something exciting.
Sì, sono intelligentissimo.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
This direction. How about this? Questa è quella dell'obiettivo. Io voglio andare nella porta dell'obiettivo. Non posso? Vabbè.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Ok. Adoro queste
Not
cose.
you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Un parassita.
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Esasperato, poverino. Sì, l'Adventure Line è partita completamente. C'è un alieno terribile che sta distruggendo tutto.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important
Are you sure
we
about
mustn't
that?
squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door
e io
has to
vado al
lead
contrario.
somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So
360.
starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Mi fido dei tuoi ragionamenti contorti, vai tranquillo.
The door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley.
Se lo dici te, io ti ho perso.
Awaits.
Cioè, ho capito il discorso, anche perché, vabbè, non era difficile, ma ti ho perso nel ragionamento.
Hold up, what's this?
The confusion ending.
The confusion ending? You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
No sense philosophy and music.
Eight times?
8 times?
That's really how all this goes? It's all...
E alla fine si muore
So
comunque.
now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Forget.
Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Beh,
I'm
sì.
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Beh, non l'ha ristartato il narratore il gioco, però si è ristartato da solo. In un modo o nell'altro, vedo bene. Cioè... Quindi, stando a quello che c'era scritto, dovremmo girare senza avere una meta e avere
Stanley decided to go to
scelte.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Dovremmo girare senza avere scelte, stando al...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ok.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ma non dovevamo non avere scelte? O ho sbagliato e dovevo andare a destra?
Stepping in.
Sono riuscito a uscire. Non hai niente da dire? Mi ricordavo fosse una scelta, invece mi sembra quasi essere un bug. Eh. Non mi ricordavo assolutamente, cioè io sono andato indietro così davvero a feeling. 760. Non vedo niente comunque. The Red Door. No ragazzi, io non so voi, ma io non vedo niente. Ma niente quando cammino sulle scale. Sì, vabbè. No, io non vedo niente. Cioè, per me è nero totale. Meno male che c'è sta luce. Non so se sto camminando. Una porta. Ok, sto andando a intuizione, cioè a feeling del dritto, poi destra, poi mi giro e c'è la porta. No, ragazzi, non vedo niente. Ma ascensore non è che... A che piano era l'uscita? Me lo sono dimenticato e non lo leggo più. Escape. Sto camminando dritto. Cammino al contrario perché... Ma no? Ma volevo... qualcosa? O siamo riusciti a scappare?
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
C'ho i brividi, non lo farei mai più, non lo dire.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Che altri finali ci mancano? Cadere dal montacarichi. Non mi viene in mente altro, a dire la verità. Non mi viene in mente altro. O c'è un continuo a quello che ho fatto? Non lo so se c'è un continuo.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ah, era questa forse. E purtroppo l'ho interrotta, dovevo andare a destra allora. Nel finale dell'Adventure Line, come si vede passare il tizio là, si rivedeva l'Adventure Line qua. Mi ricordavo fosse...
Yes, this room. What a beautiful
però c'ha
room.
di nuovo le
What a gorgeous,
frasi
gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this
diverse.
detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Dicevo, mi ricordavo
But eager to get back to
la si
business,
vedesse
Stanley
dove
took the
si
first
vede
open door on his
passare
left.
Stanley. Ha messo l'ansia però dicendo che c'è qualcuno che mi segue. Forse dovevo andare dal boss per continuarla. Non lo so, magari era solo il vedere Stanley passare. Voglio provare a
Stanley was so
buttarmi di
bad at
sotto,
following
non l'ho
directions,
mai
it's
visto,
incredible he
non l'ho mai
wasn't fired
fatto,
years
cioè
ago.
probabilmente finisce e basta così.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on
Vai,
the
però
wrong
lo voglio
foot
fare
here.
con
I'm
stile,
not your enemy, really.
quando si alza.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been
No,
about
la
nothing
vita è
but you
terribile,
all this
è
time.
tutto finto,
There's
è
someone you've
tutto
been neglecting,
finto!
Stanley. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you, I know. Va bene, non mi vengono in mente altri finali e mi sa che nel caso ho interrotto quello di prima,
All of his
quindi
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
se ci fosse
Stanley
stato un
decided to go to the
seguito
meeting
in
room.
ogni caso.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Esatto, in ogni caso non lo posso continuare da qua. Credo di aver fatto tutti i
When Stanley
finali,
came to a
o
set of two open
comunque
doors, he entered the door on
tutti
his
quelli che
left.
mi vengono in mente, sinceramente.
Yet there was not a
Cioè ce ne
single
sarebbe
person
ancora
here
uno,
either.
però quello me
Feeling
lo
a
devo
wave
andare a
of
vedere
disbelief,
purtroppo.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient. Coming to
Allora,
the staircase,
sotto non
Stanley
c'era
walked
una
upstairs to
scelta.
his boss's office.
E l'unico che mi viene in mente che manca, io comunque questa porta ci volevo... Che spavento! Non me l'aspettavo mai. Non l'ho mai visto. Ho paura a girarmi. Dimmi che non c'è Stanley. Sì. Non l'ho mai vista questa stanza, non c'è niente da fare. Siamo dei vampiri, comunque. Tra l'altro, bello specchio, molto pulito. Va bene. Anche questa non l'ho mai vista. Ma se porte erano comunque entrambe chiuse, allora magari è un seguito del finale di prima. business strategy, vedo. Come su? No, giù. Va bene, su. Stanley ha detto la canzone. Ma è tipo la planometria dell'ufficio disegnata sulle pareti. Questo è il narratore che canticchia. Dove sto andando, scusa? Posso premere giù? Stanley. Ok, è finto, va bene. Beh, una cosa nuova comunque. Io ho il terrore di quello che ha detto lui.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guy, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Io comunque la stavo apprezzando la musica. Ma di qua c'è qualcosa. Cammino all'indietro. Niente, no, c'è un muro. Secondo me non si vede niente.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
A random. Questa è la mia bimba da cucciola. è la foto fatta appena presa, il primo giorno. Era uno scricciolino così, bellissimo. Sì, io l'unico altro finale che mi viene in mente sarebbe fermare il countdown dell'esplosione, però ripeto, non so come si faccia.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Io ci
screens.
riprovo,
What
vediamo.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley
E
thought
comunque
to himself. Did he
il
have
mio
the
finale
strength to
preferito
find
l'ho
out?
interrotto, l'Adventure Line. Cioè l'abbiamo fatta, quindi ok, sono contento. Però secondo me c'era ancora
Now the
qualcosa.
monitors jumped to life.
Cioè il
Their
narratore
true nature
doveva
revealed.
dimenticarsi
Each bore the number of an
tecnicamente, perché
employee
ho
in the
fatto un
building,
altro
Stanley's
finale.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Cioè l'ho
And
sovrascritto
Stanley,
il continuo.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Ma non è che mi rimetti la musica dell'Adventure Line, era bellissima quella musica. Sì, certo, io volevo anche controllare la stanza, ecco, quella diversa. Ah no, ce n'è più di una.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Era una lettera
Had he
quella.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes, I have.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Allora, prima di premere,
Or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Once and for all. Non so se c'è un 6. E questa porta? Console disabled. Forse c'è più di quello che penso qua. Può essere, non mi stupirei. Dicevamo, on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated
Perché
without proper
appaiono
DNA identification,
è il conteggio.
detonators are set to explode.
Baghierini, è il conteggio?
How long until detonation then?
Sì, perché parte da 2.
Say, 2 minutes. Now this is
Si vedeva il
fun, isn't it,
conteggio.
Stanley?
Ma
It's
davvero.
your time to shine. You are the star.
Grazie,
It's
grazie.
your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Oh madonna, non mi dire che devo premere quelli.
Me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
È a tempo, no, ce l'avevo fatta.
This big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a joke.
Dai, vediamo se ci riesco.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Perché non si è aperto adesso?
Big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of
Magari non potevo uscire per davvero. Goodbye employee. Col mio numero. Bene, niente. Non so se era possibile. Credo, se non mi sbaglio, che tu possa fermare il countdown. E forse l'ultimo finale che ci manca. Non sto nel caso a fare un'altra parte per un solo finale, lo dico. Bene, miei folli. È tutto per The Stanley Parable, quindi molto probabilmente ci vediamo in un prossimo video, in un prossimo let's play. Bye bye.